wasn't a lucky play. That was just good football.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. Oh, a dangerous... And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is. But to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. His throw incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. 3rd down here. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Nixon now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. Rodgers going to throw. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On first down, Rodgers.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Completes it again to Doubs.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Give him 30 yards there.
They'll run here with Dillon.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
A.J. Dillon.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now because they just have their touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They run once more with Edwards. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. Trucks over him.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's the option going right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Jackson now. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And that's what you got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route. You are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Completed out left to Dobbs. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Out of the shotgun is Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Jackson on first down. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
To throw is Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Jackson. And incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
From the gun, it's Jackson. His throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Now it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. Jackson.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Drake. Touchdown! Kenyon Drake. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Nixon now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On second down, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. In his own end zone, it's Rodgers.
Slant route, he's got Downs.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took.
And that'll be